looking pretty well put together today on my front porch where I love to talk to you. But I wanted to talk about the fact that life was not always front porch worthy. My divorce has been some time ago, and I struggled with it. I struggled with it really badly. I tend to be more of a private person, and everybody looking in from the outside really thought I held it together pretty well. And the truth of the matter is, I didn't. I was dying. I was crumbling inside. I did not want to get out of bed. I did not know how I would begin to put my life back together. I'd been through a lot of things in my life. I'd survived. I thrived. I'd been through a lot of things. And the divorce absolutely crushed me. Brought me to low points that I did not know could happen. And so I want to share with you that there's hope. When you're ready, when you decide enough is enough, that you want to get out of bed with a twinkle in your eye, you want to get out of bed and look forward to the day instead of questioning if you can make it through the day. I had those days. I had a lot of those days. I don't really want to admit how long, but I would say that it was probably 3 years into the divorce before I was able to fully recognize how bad things were. Again, from the outside, it looked like I was keeping it together. It looked like I was doing my job. But every minute of every day was a challenge. And I just knew that I couldn't continue like that. I had to do something. I had to do something different. I needed to change my perspective. I needed something because what I was doing was not working. I had great and amazing friends. I had an employer that was pretty understanding. I was still working through my own business, and I just decided it was not enough. My life needed a change. This was my opportunity to write my story. One of the biggest, greatest fantasies of my life, my marriage. The thing that we create a fairy tale from being children as to what our marriage will be and the vows we take before God. And yeah, that just didn't work out. And for the longest time, I really felt I was a total and absolute failure. So I kept to myself. I did not give anybody any reason to judge me or question me or anything. I hid. I went to work and then I hid. I still participated in the school activities. I sucked it up. I put on that really, really brave face, and I went out into the community when I had to. Dying, and my brain was just screaming on the inside. I didn't want to be there. I didn't want people to know. I felt like I had really failed everything. I failed myself. I failed my children. I just really felt like an absolute failure. In this process, though, I realized that I didn't fail. And I know it makes it sound cheesy when I talk to people and I compare it to when you change jobs. Now, I'm not changing marriages. This marriage came to an end. It no longer was serving either one of us. Are there things I would do differently? Yeah, I would have got divorced much sooner had I understood what I know now. Do I think everyone needs to get a divorce? No, absolutely not. If there is something there that you and your partner can salvage and can save, then I absolutely support that. But sometimes it's beyond that. And when it is, accepting that, going through those phases of grief, the denial, the absolute shock of how did I get here? How did this happen? How did I miss it? It can't be real. Having the anger, being so angry at everyone in the world when you wake up one day and you realize they all saw it and you didn't. Being angry with yourself, being angry with them, being angry with your partner, just the absolute anger, and having healthy outlets for that anger. bargaining. You start bargaining. It's like, well, if I did this, if I did that, if I pretzeled a little bit more, if I did this a little more, could we save it? Could we do things? There's that phase. There's also the depression. Depression soaks in, and that's one of those phases you really, really need to be aware of and check yourself. How depressed am I? How much strength do I have? Do I need to reach out to a therapist? Do I need to talk to my family practice doctor? Do I need an antidepressant? Do I need help? And I'm going to tell you that I think we all need help through this. Our family and friends support network is great, but unfortunately they're always going to be rooting for us, and they may not always give us the best information that we need. And that fifth stage of grief is the acceptance. Accepting that this chapter is over. You are going to need to move on in your life. For me, that was seizing that opportunity that I now had the power to decide who I am. Who am I? What am I going to do? It's like a second leash on life. I'm no longer folding and twisting and pretzelizing into something I think someone else wants. I'm now in control of my life. I first had to do a lot of internal work. I did a lot of learning how to take care of me again, learning how to forgive myself, to forgive other people. Forgiveness is a big piece of the work. And through all of this, I became a different person. And I really want to help other people to be able to see this, identify this, and make their own decisions. I'm just here to support people, and that's what I would like to do to help you, to help your friends, to help your family. Everyone's divorce is different. It gets lumped into one term, but they're all different. And as I've done my market research, my training, my coaching programs, I have heard from so many people about their divorces and about their circumstances. And the way that everyone takes it and perceives it is all so different. It's all so different. So I want to be able to honor that for you. Honor that your divorce is yours. And the only thing I can liken it to is when someone is pregnant and everyone wants to give pregnancy advice, or everyone wants to give, you know what, this isn't my divorce, this would be your divorce. And we need to talk about it on your terms and how it's affecting you, your family, your job, all of those things. So yeah, I've not always been in this place. There were many, many dark days that I didn't know if I was going to wake up in the morning. I didn't always want to wake up in the morning. And now I am so glad that I made that decision to get the help that I needed so that I could wake up each day. I want to be here, and I can't wait to start the day fresh every day, and every day is a new opportunity. That's what I want you to find from this. The smiling face, it's not always been here. It's been a lot of tears, a lot of frustration. But first of all, I want you to understand that you're not a failure. There's a lot of things that go into it, and it's not all on one person. So, I've got you.